Alright, so we're going to make the pegboard for our pegboard toy. So I need to open a new part file. So create, this should be Habit by now, standard part file. And then I have to go to 2D Sketch, 2D Sketch, XY plane. Alright, now I'm going to use the rectangle tool. Now on page 3, it gives us the dimensions for the pegboard toy, and it's kind of confusing. I actually just made it wrong a moment ago, okay? And what it says, the third bullet says create a pegboard part that is 3 inches, or excuse me, 3¼ inches in height, okay, 5 3/4 inches in width, and 3 inches in depth. And if you look at that picture, the way it's laid, it's 3/4 of an inch tall, okay, or thick, okay, that's the better way to think of it. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, okay, and it's 5 3/4. It says width, but you need to think of that as the length. That's the long side of your rectangle, and then it's 3 inches where they say in depth, but that's going to create the other angle. So watch here. And I'm going to use my rectangle tool. I could use my line tool and make a bunch of lines, but I'm going to use my rectangle tool again because it's kind of nifty. So I'm going to come here, clicked on my rectangle tool, and I'm going to pull. And the first thing it's going to make is the length, okay? And so my directions again, 5 3/4 of an inch. But we can't type in fractions here, so I have to remember that 3/4 of an inch is actually the decimal 0.75. So I'm going to type 5.75, and then again I hit tab, right? So I can get the other dimension. And I need it to be 3 inches tall / wide, okay? Kind of depending on what dimension you're looking at. So type 3, then hit enter. And you can't see the rectangle. So I'm going to escape, remember, out of my rectangle tool. I'm going to click in the field, and I'm going to zoom on out. Now, I can't see all my rectangle, but I can see some of it. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Up there it is, but it's off to the side. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to click on my hand. Click on my hand, and I'm going to click on the hand. There we go, I have my hand. And I'm going to click once and pull to the left. And there it's kind of in the middle of my screen now. Okay, now let's give this a try. We need to make the holes. Okay, we need a round hole and a square hole. So let's give this a try. I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to borrow my circle tool. Okay, now the trick is I want my circle centered horizontally in my square. Now do you see how I get, let me see if it'll, yeah, there you can see. You see those little dotted lines? If I move up, they go away, right? But if I come back down, oh look, they're there. Those cool little dotted lines actually tell us that we are exactly halfway. Okay, we are 1.5 inches from this up here, and we are 1.5 inches from this edge down here, right there. Now I'm going to put my hole in the middle of my circle, and watch this, check that out. Okay, so there's the exact middle of my rectangle. Isn't that kind of nifty? But I don't want my hole in the middle of my rectangle, because I have to have a couple of holes. So I'm going to back up and kind of come back to my middle. And right now I'm just going to ballpark it. It looks like that's the middle, right? I'm going to back up to right about there. And I'm going to click with my circle tool. I'm going to pull my circle out. And remember, our peg, the diameter of our peg was 1 inch. So I need a hole that is 1 inch. So I'm going to type 1 and hit enter. And look how nifty that is. Okay, I'm going to escape. I'm going to go get my rectangle again. My rectangle tool back. Here is, let's see, whoop. There's the middle there. There's the middle there. So let's see what happens if we come about right here. Whoops, I'm off center. That's not going to work, right? So I just hit escape. Boom. Try again. Rectangle. Let's try this. Here. Down a little bit. Oh, check that out. Look at the edge of my circle. That's nifty. I'll probably want the edge of my square same as the edge of my circle. So I'm going to go up this time. We're getting a little closer. Okay. We'll mess with this some more when I get back about how to get it exactly positioned, but this will give you good practice. Now my square is 1 inch by 1 inch, or my square peg. So I need a 1 inch. I need a 1 inch. And I'm going to hit enter. Okay. So that square is not exactly where we want it, but this should give us a chance to practice something here, okay? So now, I'm going to hit Finish 2D Sketch. Oh, Lord, I lost my picture again. What do? I bet you know. Right, zoom out. So click in the field and zoom out. Now it's off center. Oh, no, what do? I bet you know this one too. Right? Hand tool. Click on the hand. There's my hand. And kind of pull it. Small movements, right? Small movements keep everything on the screen for you. All right, now, what do you think we might do? You said extrude, you're right. Let's go over here and give it a try. Extrude, right? So let's come over here. Oh, bring my cursor back. Where did my cursor go? I'm going to click in the big shape. Right? I'm not clicking in there. I don't want to extrude the square. I don't want to extrude the circle. I want to extrude this. And my instructions tell me it needs to be 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to click. Ooh, check that out. Look, it already kind of pulled it out for me. And right now it's set on 1 inch. I don't want it 1 inch. I want it 3/4 of an inch. Who remembers what decimal that is? Did you guess 0.75? Type 0.75, hit enter. Check it out. Let's see. I'm going to go over here to my orbit tool. Click on my orbit tool right there. And I can click now in my field. Let's see. Maybe. Look, it made it for us because we put the circle and the square in the original and then we extruded it the way we did. It puts the holes there for us already. How nifty is that? That's your pegboard, okay? It's not exactly like we want it, but it's a good start, okay? So I hope you've practiced this. We'll make it all pretty with everything centered up nicely when I'm back in class. So this one, I don't need to save. I'm going to go ahead and throw it away. And if you've had extra time, you can practice. Make another pegboard and see if you can't get that square to center up a little bit more, okay? Good job today, guys. Bye.